Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Elegant World, where we explore wonders of the world through science and nature. Today's journey takes us deep into the mysterious world of plants, the plants that defy what we know about the green kingdom. These fascinating organisms don't just survive in the harsh environment, rather they hunt, they trap, they digest, which is fascinating. So, how do they do it? Why do they eat meat? Where can we find them? And can you grow one at home? Stay with us as we uncover everything about this plant's most unusual events, the carnivorous plant. Let us dive in. What are carnivorous plants? As you know, most plants absorb nutrients from the soil through their roots. But in some environment, especially on the wetlands, bogs, or acidic soils, nutrients like that of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and other are in short supply. That's where carnivorous plants come in. These special plants evolved to get the nutrient they need not from the soil, but from digesting insects and small animals. A carnivorous plant is therefore a plant that traps and digests animals, mostly of insects and small animals, just to obtain essential nutrients for their survival. But, my friends, make no mistakes that they still perform photosynthesis like other plants. They just get nutritional bonus from their prey, that is from insects and small animals. By now, let's dive into the reason why do these plants eat animals. Plants need nitrogen to grow, but in swampy or tropical environment, nitrogen is often locked in the waterlogged soil, which is unavailable for plant use. So these clever plants evolved hunting strategies just to supplement what they couldn't get from the ground. By catching insects and breaking them down, carnivorous plants extract nitrogen and other nutrients to fuel their survival in extreme places. There are about 5 main types of traps, but let us see 3 of the most types. The first one is pitfall trap. One of the most iconic trap designs is the pitfall trap. These plants grow modified leaves and shaped like deep pitchers or tubes. Best example of this type of trap is the pitcher plant, where inside is a pool of digestive liquid. Let's see how it works. These plants trap insects and attracted by the nectar of colors. Slippery rim causes it to fall in, and waxy wall and downward hairs prevent escape of the insects. And then plants secrete enzymes to digest their prey. The second type of trap is the snap trap. Perhaps the most famous plant is the Venus flytrap. This plant doesn't wait passively. It snaps shut in less than a second. Let's see how it works. 2 trigger hairs inside the trap are there. When touched twice within 20 seconds, the trap closes. Interlocking these prevents escape of these insects, and digestive enzymes will automatically be released inside. So it's a brilliant example of evolution. The trap only activates when an insect touches it twice, just to prevent false triggers from raindrop and wind. The third example is suction trap. The bladderwort is an aquatic carnivorous plant that causes tiny vacuum-like traps to suck in microscopic prey. Inside the bladder, water is pumped out just by creating suctions. Let's see how it works. The prey touches hair like triggers. and the trap door opens. Water and prey rushes in, and door shuts in a milliseconds. So, my friend, this is one of the fastest movement in the plant kingdom, which is very much quicker than an eye blink. By now, let's see where this type of plants are found. Carnivorous plants are found in all over the world, from the bogs of North America to the rainforest area of Southeast Asia and to the highlands of Africa. Let's say, for example, the Venus flytrap is found in Carolina, the USA. The pitcher plant is found in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Madagascar. The sandews are found in Australia, Ethiopia, and South Africa. The bladderworts are perhaps found worldwide in the freshwater regions. By now, let's see if we can grow these carnivorous plants at home. Really, you can grow some carnivorous plants at home, but be careful that they have special needs. So let me tell you what are the major do's and don't do's in order for you just to grow these carnivorous plants at home. First, you are expected to use peat moss or sphagnum moss. You are expected to water only with distilled or rainwater and give direct sunlight for about 4 to 6 hours per day. You are also expected not to use tap water that do have too many minerals and don't feed meat. They just eat insects. So my friends, Venus flytraps and sundews are really beginner friendly, but only if you follow their care rules very much carefully. Finally, let's see the fun facts and myths. Let's start from the fun facts. Some pitcher plants have evolved multiple times. That means they do have convergent evolution. Venus flytraps have memory. They wait for 2 touches. And some Nephnetius species attract and trap frogs and even rodents. By now, let's see the myths busted. This type of plants don't eat humans. They don't bite unless triggered, and they don't move around like that of animals. So these plants are not monsters. They are just marvelous of adaptation. So my friends, nature is full of wonders, and carnivorous plants show us how life finds a way, even in the harsh condition. Carnivorous plants are more than just curiosities. They are testaments to the adaptability and mystery of life. From snapping jaws to sticky traps, these plants continue to amaze scientists and nature lovers alike. Thanks for watching this episode of Elegant World, my dear friends. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the nature's wonders. Let's know in the comments what is your favorite carnivorous plant. See you next.